up, everyone? Kaiju no Kami here with
Cruellica Kain.
Toku Twitter.
And since the camcorder is now plugged in, so no battery will die in the middle of recording, we're here to talk about the trailers. 2 or 3. Maybe 3, but 2, I guess. I don't know. For Donbrothers, the next Sentai show. Let's first talk about the first trailer, which was showing off the costumes and stuff in the really, really bad CGI.
Oh, well, that's just the way it goes.
That's par for the course.
But oh my god, it's like the Black Ranger didn't even look like he was actually there fighting the grunts. The grunts just looked like they were just moving away, and they had like CGI the feet to look like it was hitting the grunt, and they And
Okay,
then
did you not hear about in Harry Potter how Daniel Radcliffe had to look like he was talking to a baseball where Dobby was supposed to be? So I kind of feel like that's maybe what they were doing.
And then we have the Pink Ranger who has his arms clipping through his armor at times.
Oh, is that what you were talking about on Twitter?
Oh my god.
Well, you need to start getting on this Toku Twitter.
Let's see here. Actually, since the thing is up, let's see if I can go all the way back here. Let's see.
Oh, now we're copyright claiming. We used the audio. Oh, we used the audio again. Oh my god, I'm just going to scream over the audio so they can't copyright claim us.
And then
I will fight you to the last YouTube.
And then we had a 6th Ranger pop up in the trailer.
No.
And then we have Trigger appearing.
Ready to pose a trick.
like, look at that. They're not even trying to be there.
Well, yeah, because the highlighting for them is so much darker, like for the real people, and then...
Hold on, right now I'm just...
Yeah, I'm looking at red. I'm looking at Blue's red ass.
Well, okay.
Is that part of the kanji that's popping up?
No.
No.
I saw that when he turned around.
Because he's a baboon, so...
He has a red tuchus.
Or maybe not a baboon, but yeah, look, they don't even... Okay, the lighting does not match the lighting on them. Pink is way too shiny.
Well, so is black.
But it just...
Because it looks like for the other 3 figures on the screen, it's stock footage.
I'm a little... Oh, I'm talking over the clips. So okay, yeah. Now I see what you're saying.
Look at the...
I'm talking over the sound so we don't get copyright striked.
But...
I'm not listening. La 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 la.
Now, clearly, there's an actual suit for Pink because we saw that scene of Pink, like standing in front of the camera in an actual suit. So it's like, why did you go to CGI then when you had to make a suit anyway?
Well, okay. Well, here's my problem.
Other than him going back and forth where we can't see anything.
And the fact that I'm still staring at Blue's ass. Too much of this is feeling like an extension of Zenkaiger. Their transformation is another gun that relies on gears. All of them are wearing Zenkaiger's gear pouch, only painted red with their logo on it.
And their costume design is very reminiscent of the feel of Zenkaiger.
Plus, there's this blank white Zenkaiger present. I feel like this is an attempt to reestablish the supporting team, the yellow, blue, black, and pink, as Sentai. Because in Zenkaiger, it felt more like the adventure of a lone Sentai and his 4 support robots.
But yeah,
Also, who are those guys holding up red? Why, put some clothes on, for God's sakes. Why am I always seeing naked Japanese people with you two?
Is there a problem with seeing naked Japanese?
We're giving off a vibe here.
Okay. The one thing I got from these 3 trailers, especially the 2nd and 3rd trailer, because the 2nd trailer was seeing a dish.
well, okay, that was done as a joke. They said that was straight up as that was just a comedy skit for the press conference introduction.
Huh?
That's not actually part of the show.
That would.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, with them wearing the dishes, they said that was just a little joke.
Even the perfume thing?
No, that's supposed to be the villains, from my understanding.
So they were trying to bowl everyone over.
But
well, that makes me disappointed, because the one thing I got from this trailer that the secondary trailers helped with is I got a comedy vibe, like a la Car Ranger.
Especially with Yellow.
Yes, Yellow was a great example of that, because she's the lone female in the group, which I still am so proud of Japan, progress-wise, for having a male Pink Ranger. I understand that it looks very different, so it's not a traditional feminine form, but I am proud of them for the fact that they're acknowledging that pink can be a color that both genders can enjoy.
But the other thing, if you look at, the pink and black they don't look like they're there.
Ding.
In fact, black looks like he's just floating in the air.
Yeah. Well, shadows and all that. The big thing, looking at this still, this is going to be a very Japanese culture specific.
Yes, I get that as well.
I mean, including jokes, stylization. There's going to be a lot of culture shock for those of us watching fan subs.
Well, and that's a good point, because the last series that really was very Japanese in its execution was Shikinger. Because of how they had no, it still worked for audiences watching internationally, but there was so much symbolism from even having like the kanji on their helmets to the type of things that they did, even having a kagemusha, which most people on the European side of the country, while they've had false leaders taking over to protect the true leaders, it's not as commonplace.
Kagemusha. Yep.
Okay, so your thing about it looking like a comedy series. My problem with that is we just had a comedy series. We're just coming off of one.
See, I don't. Okay.
Really?
As I've said during every one, as I could have for my Zenkaiger episodes, it's the Seinfeld of Sentai.
But it's been playing everything like a comedy.
I look at comedy in very different buckets. When I think of Car Ranger, I think of that as true comedy. When I think of Kyorager, is it? With the dinosaur? Or
yeah, Kyorager.
When I think of them, they're comedic because obviously Blue did a lot of the puns and everything, but I don't look at that as true comedy. I look at that as a mix, because you have comedy over elements of Monster of the Week. Car Ranger is a perfect example of being true comedy and just going balls to the walls hilarity with everything they did.
Yes, but what I mean is that we just had... But Zenkaiger still came off as comedy rather than serious series.
See...
And
it's Seinfeld.
Having two comedy series in a row is just overkill.
But what if they're doing it a la O-Ranger? O-Ranger... Wasn't Car Ranger done after O-Ranger?
Yeah.
Because of poor ratings?
No, that wasn't exactly it.
Well, O-Ranger went through a terrible shift because there was a bombing.
Yes.
Well, there was the earthquake, and then there were the gas attacks.
But I know that Car Ranger was done after O-Ranger because they needed to have a change of pace. They needed to have a shift.
Well, there's a lot of things. Like, O-Ranger's biggest failure was actually its toy sales.
Well, yes. And currently, as you've told me recently, the biggest failure for Zenkaiger is its toy sales.
Oh, yeah, it is. So the toy sales for Zenkaiger, Bandai just released all their toy sales for the year. Zenkaiger has the lowest toy sales since Time Ranger.
It doesn't. Zenkaiger has a lot fewer toys.
Well, that's part of it, is that it has fewer toys. But yeah, they are at 4.2 billion yen in toy sales, which was last matched by Time Ranger that had 4.2 million.
Which, think of how many years ago that was, too.
I understand. It's just the numbers, the perspective shifts. To me, I would be more than happy to earn 4.2 billion.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Well, Kamen Rider comparatively was at 27.
Mm.
And Ultraman grew to 9 billion from last year, which is 3 billion over last year's numbers.
Well, and so obviously, just like American cartoons, especially back in the 80s, toys were what ruled the direction of a television show.
Mm. That's why they killed Optimus Prime.
Okay, one thing with this image I've been having on here with the gun, I'm seeing Dr. Wily's W here. I don't know why. I'm just picturing this is a Mega Man villain.
I actually see a lot of ass cheeks, but
that's a peach.
I know. It's also the shape of an ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm seeing Dr. Wily's W here, and then the head of a Mario villain.
Well, Peach attacks people with her tush, so,
Overall, it's not a bad trailer if you know what's going on. And the challenge that we have being heathen Americans is we do not know the Japanese language. So we are not in on a joke, if there is a joke, and we're not in on the seriousness if there's any serious conversation. The thing that really bothers me is the fact that we already see in the trailer our Sixth Ranger.
With the white and black Zenkaiger?
That might not be a Sixth Ranger. That might just be for continuity's sake, or maybe...
Continuity!
Okay,
Mine.
but now we've got the return of the CGI backgrounds.
Oh, that may be a thing for a while. I get the sense that they're trying to play with what is acceptable as a Sentai look. Mm-hmm. I'm also... Their uniforms, their Sentai suits, the white and black down the middle actually reminds me of something I learned about the Yakuza.
Okay.
The real Yakuza, the video game. It's an older tradition, but still practiced, where they will get all manner of tattoos around their body except for a stripe down the chest. Mm-hmm. That was because at one time in Japan's history, for a funeral, you would wear this vest, and it was rude to have any markings showing. So they would leave that spot open because they might be at the funeral of someone they themselves killed.
I never actually thought about it like that. And
the process by which they injected the ink was quite painful.
Oh, it still is. They still do it. It's a traditional thing.
Which you get to that scene in Yakuza.
Oh, hell no.
But why is Juron there?
Well, it's still continuing from his form from last season. No, this is the mech for the new one. But so apparently the gimmick for the first quarter, only the Red Ranger's going to have mecha, and they're going to be based on older previous Sentai mechs, because he's got a train mech that's meant to be Tokuger.
Because I'm thinking of, honestly, I'm thinking of Die Ranger for a while. Ryuseo was their main mech.
Quarter 2, they said the other Rangers will get their own mechs.
Now, I don't like the costumes, for Blue specifically. I didn't like it when we watched Kyoger. Mm-hmm. When we had, for those Rangers, also having, different materials.
You mean Q Ranger?
Q Ranger, yeah. When we had different materials, I have a thing with textures. There are certain textures that I like, especially because the feng shui of it, as we were talking. It just doesn't work flow-wise.
I get what they're going for, but all I'm thinking right now is, how many bathroom rugs did they murder to make those arms? Because all I'm thinking is
You're thinking of our bathroom rug?
Looks like the same type of rug you would just have sit right in front of the shower. Or their towels that you use to wipe your body with when you come out of the shower. But
Do you now want everybody watching to think of you coming out of the shower? Because I got a teacher fired for that.
Oh, God, my mind brain.
But I do like the monkey face on him with the way the visor is.
In real life, I did get a teacher actually fired for that, but...
I did not need to know that.
And we haven't even talked about the villains.
Yeah, so Donbrothers.
Okay, now
Or as I call them, the Giants of Darkness 2.0.
Oh, come on.
We'll get to the scene where we see them, because the blue suit one is like hella tall.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay, let's do this too. Okay, let me turn the audio.
As you move the screen, apparently. Apparently, he can't work on the computer while we're watching this.
So there is a physical pink suit for a close-up shot.
Yeah, so, okay, before we get to the villains, the Black Ranger. So he's apparently a wanted fugitive.
Huh?
Wait, what? In real life or in the show?
In the show!
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
The Black Ranger is apparently a wanted fugitive that he claims he's been framed for a crime he did not commit.
Well, honestly, he's hot, so...
So
he killed a few ladies and took their hearts.
Now, I do think he's adorable as well in a dorky way, and you had told me before he's 30.
33. The
Or
Pink
30.
Ranger's 33 years old.
Oh, so if he makes puns, he might be a successor to my bro for life. Kyoru Blue.
But
He was awesome.
that just doesn't even look like he's there talking to the Yellow Ranger.
It's probably a really hard... Do you not know what Mark Ruffalo had to do? If you ever see shots, he's standing there, and then he has like a giant head, feet above him, that's attached to a rod on his back, so people are talking to his head.
Okay. But yeah, we see an actual suit for Pink. Okay, so the villains, we're... Like black! What the... They're not even reacting!
Now, I find it interesting. Yellow, she runs up to the villains like she's a fan and then gets swatted aside.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing that these villains are very popular models.
Yeah, because that's the blue one that's shown. Yeah, there's Kaito with his Zenkai black.
Oh, okay. That's why he looked familiar. Thank you.
Yep, here's Yellow coming up to, well...
So he's got to be like positioned as tall because he can't be that tall.
Well,
she's on her knees.
Oh,
if you if you notice, they're supposed to be. From my understanding, they're supposed to be other Oni. That's why they're taller, and because she's Oni's sister, she's a fan of the other Onis.
Wait, she's only... Okay, I'll figure that out when the episode...
I'm confused.
Well, because the main villains in the Momotaro story were Oni.
Oh.
And this is based on Momotaro, the boy
Yes.
who came out of a peach and, like, got won over a princess, I think.
But just look at him. He looks all emo. Like, he kind of looks like Julio's brother on the left.
Actually, I thought of Abare Blue for him.
Ooh.
I was just checking out The Lady in White, which, if you've seen South Park, you know there's subtext.
But yeah, I just think of the Giants of Darkness with these guys.
Oh, I do as well. I think of Total Trigger.
Dude, you.
So yeah, I'm hoping they're going to be threatening. I don't know.
But I still am truly getting a comedy vibe from the trailer.
I feel for Yellow.
And then they have the PlayStation D-pads on their knees.
Really, I thought it was more Xbox.
But yeah, so the Dawn Fragrance. I do like how they show some villains, but they seem to only show more of the modern villains, not the...
More recent.
But
I like how they henshin like others.
And they even say that they're a Sentai.
Yeah.
But even the funny thing is, people are also making comparisons to the Deadmans with them.
Oh, absolutely. That's all I'm getting.
But I like the contacts they have in their eyes.
To make it match their clothes in a way?
I like the midriff the lady
He
has.
is so hot. So is he.
But the blue contacts for him and the white contacts for her are really cool.
There you go.
But just looking at them, they're all so pretty. All three of them. How is this... Okay, he doesn't look as pretty there with his eyes squinting, but still. They look so pretty. And their outfits are so damn flashy.
Yeah, no, how many wrinkles can you put in a shirt?
I know!
I mean, it's like the ocean. A turbulent ocean. Sparkling in the daylight, but you sense the tension and drama under the waves.
The problem is, I'm allergic to most perfumes, so I can enjoy them from a distance.
There you go. They're going to take over the world through allergies.
Yeah, well...
This plant stinks.
Yeah.
Actually, I could see perfume sales going up in Japan. Or at least spray bottles.
But, yeah, I don't know. Mostly it's the CGI that kills it for me. And, again, we just had a silly Sentai series.
Okay, there's a difference between silly and comedy. If they go full out comedy, I am down. Especially with so many pretty faces to look
But
at.
it's Inoue. I want something that is serious.
Well, it's Inoue. He could be a retirement age. He could be rethinking his life goals.
Look, it's in your way. You just got to walk around it.
All I know is that now that one person's comment about it being a Sentai child version of Goragon is starting to oh god.
Wait, what?
What?
Goraga, remember?
Yes, I'm still having flashbacks.
Well, one person online was like, "Wow, everyone's so excited to hear Inoue's back. Watch it turn out to be like a child version of Goragon." And now I'm like, "Oh my god, no, don't be that. Don't be Goragon again."
But I like Goraga.
You were like the only one in the world.
What?
Watch your leg.
Okay, probably not the only
Watch
one.
your
We
leg.
were laughing up until those last 2 episodes.
Okay, I did enjoy Goragon.
Until those last 2
Yes.
episodes.
I was bored.
Well,
You mean those last 2 episodes we watched, because we never actually finished the show.
And apparently we missed nothing.
Because it never ended.
Well, I just thought about something, and this is something I talked about at work. So you may get this. I have come to the conclusion, just after seeing the Oscar nominations and hearing his raging, that my husband is a pseudo-hipster.
Ooh.
You are a movie and television snob.
You know, your hair would match a fedora fabulously.
It would, wouldn't it?
No.
You're like a pseudo-hipster. I thought Advent was like our true hipster, but now I'm starting to question, because you were having all of these hipster-ass things about being snobbish.
Okay. That's another conversation for off camera. But anyway.
Wait, what?
Alright, well.
I feel like I'm being threatened.
There will be consequences.
I have to make dinner, so...
Yes, so what did you guys think of the Donbrothers trailer, whatever? Let me know in the comments. Click like, subscribe, the bell notification, whatever else YouTube has you clicking on to support us. You can support us at Kaiju no Kami on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon. And the website is creativitybydesign.com. And then there's a /shop where you can buy cool Kaiju no Kami merchandise. And then you can also check out
MLP Silver Quill. Do a search on YouTube, DeviantArt, and the Twitter, and you shall find me. I'm still working on that Toku Twitter idea.
Q. Well, obviously, since we are recording this directly after recording the previous video.
Dude, way to break immersion.
I don't care. Immersion was never emerged.
That didn't work.
But what are you doing?
We can't merge talent with
What
fun.
are you doing?
I'm changing my Twitter handle.
But why? Wait, are you taking my idea?
No, I'm not taking Toku Twitter.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, he's the bird. Let the bird have it.
A bird,
Give him the bird. Flip him the bird.
A bird. A bird is the word.
All right, with that said, until next time, bye.